So this here is our new NordicTrack 6.5S treadmill. Just got it put together. We're gonna go through the unboxing process, the setup process, and why I highly recommend this for anyone that's looking to get into any sort of walking, running. Treadmill is super convenient. We got one, even though I like to run outside, but this is just super convenient to have in the house. Can just walk downstairs, hop on it at my own leisure, not have to worry about getting all set up for outdoor running equipment. So this here is the new NordicTrack T 6.5S treadmill that we just received. You can see it's still in the box. We're gonna get it unboxed and get it set up. And this NordicTrack, one thing to note, is super heavy. It's at least 200 pounds. So it definitely takes a little bit of effort to get it moved into place. You can see everything's packaged up here nicely. You get styrofoam padding inside the box. The box itself is heavy duty cardboard here. Everything at first glance looks to be in good condition. We'll get this all unwrapped and set up. So there's definitely some assembly required, but it doesn't look to be too bad. You've got the hardware pack here. There's definitely nuts, bolts, and screws here with some tools included to help you assemble it. But as I'm unpacking the pieces, they all look to be in great condition here. I don't see any scratches or scuff marks, and heavy duty. It's got some thickness, some heft to it. So all these parts look to be made of very high quality metal. Another great thing is that they're all labeled nicely between left and right side. So definitely recommend having two people move the treadmill into place. It's pretty heavy. I was able to kind of finagle it in here. So after getting the treadmill out of the box, here are the components that need to be installed. It's really not too bad. You can see the control unit up there at the top, and then moving down, got the legs, sprockets, some different components, but really it's only about a dozen or so parts that looked to need to be installed. So one of the first steps is to route this wire that's attached to the main body of the treadmill up through the right upright post here. And what's kind of cool is they included a little guide wire here with this so that we can essentially tie the end of the guide wire to the cord here and then pull it up and through the upright so that the cord from the treadmill will be coming through the top of the upright. So once the wires are routed through the upright here, and you can see the plug at the end of it, then we can go ahead and lift this upright onto the post or to the base of the treadmill and get it mounted using the provided hardware. So at this point, we've got everything finger tight. We'll use a wrench to crank these down in a little bit. Next, it's the left upright that will be getting installed. So the left upright installs the same as the right upright. The only difference is there's no wires, using the same 4 bolts that we used for the right side. So once the left and right uprights are installed, then we go ahead and put the base covers on. And again, these are labeled right and left. So we're not pushing them down all the way yet. We will do that in a later step. So next we're just installing the left and right handrails here. I've got the right one installed. It's literally just screwing down these 2 bolts here with the washers. And you can see here on the left side, I haven't yet inserted it, but here's the left side, just sits right on there. And then I'll go ahead and thread the 2 bolts into there. So now we're working with the console here, and there's 2 temporary screws that are installed that we're removing in order to remove the pulse bar. Next, we're taking this crossbar and just sliding it onto the handles here and using 4 screws, 2 on each side, to mount it to the handrail. Next, we're going to actually attach the console to the pulse bar here. There's 2 connections, a ground connection and then the plug from the rail there. And those will connect to the console plug and ground connector. Installing the console was very easy. After connecting the two wires together between the console and the base, it was just a matter of 2 screws on each handrail to connect the console. So then there's just 6 screws that we insert here into the pulse bar. So the next step, we're just going to attach this little bracket here to the underside of the treadmill. We're now going to install the storage latch here on the underside of the treadmill. So doing the work on the underside of the treadmill, definitely recommended to have 2 people. I only had myself, so I was able to support it with my shoulders and body weight, but if you have 2 people, it'll definitely come in handy there. All right, so I've got our storage latch installed here, and it's pretty cool. It allows the treadmill to stay upright for storage. Otherwise, to lower it, you can just press this in. It's almost like a hydraulic piston here, where it just slowly lowers it down. So really cool, really easy to use, and we've got that part complete now. The next step is to go back and tighten up these screws at the left and right handrail posts. So then after we've got these bolts tightened down on the rail posts, we've got kind of our last pieces here, and it's part of the base covering. We put that in place, and then we can slide down this, and it gives it a nice finished look here at the base. So once fully assembled, the unit takes up approximately 72 inches or 6 feet in space and for length, and it takes just about 3 feet in terms of width. So there is the fully assembled treadmill. We've got it in a small room here in our house. It definitely occupies a pretty good size of space. Again, 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, but it's well worth it having a large running deck here. So one thing to note, the power cable comes out of pretty much the front of the treadmill here. And we've got ours oriented facing away from the wall, so it's actually not near any sort of electrical outlet. And the reason is because we're going to be having a TV mounted here so we can watch TV while running on the treadmill. Power cable is around 6 feet long, which reaches just enough for us to get to the outlet. And there is the console. Looks nice and shiny and great condition here. So after we've got this paired through iFit, we've got the safety clip here. It's a little magnetic clip. You can see the display turns off once that clip is removed. Once the magnet's reinserted, this turns back on. So now that our NordicTrack is fully assembled, it's pretty much ready to use. We've got it activated. You can see here the center console. This is what you'll interface with to turn it on, to change speeds. Even your incline you can change. Everything's here at the push of a button. There's workout apps, calorie tracker, intensity, incline, speed, manual settings. You've got the stereos here on the side. You've got volume adjustments here. You've got incline and speed adjustments here, start, stop. Everything right here at your fingertips. And then you've got a nice little display up here where you can track different facets of your workout. There's also even an auxiliary input here, so if you've got a device that you want to connect through an aux cable, you can do that. So you can see on the console here, there's the iFit Sync, and so that means you can actually just go into the app and control your treadmill through the iFit app. Otherwise, you can go to manual mode and just control everything here locally through the console settings. Quick example of the incline feature. So this is percent grade. You can go up to 10% here. And as we do that, you can hear the motor in here, and it's elevating the front of the deck. And that's going to give you kind of that 10% grade feeling of going up a slight hill. So this adds another element to the treadmill experience and workout routine. And it takes about 20 to 30 seconds for it to go from 0 to 10%. So when we press the start button, it's going to start the conveyor. We're just at a speed of 1.0 right now. We can adjust the speed by pressing the increase button, and you can see this thing can really start cranking up there by pressing the speed. You can see we can get all the way up to 10 miles per hour, so really humming along. And it does it gradually, it's not abrupt. So, and if we go back down to 1, you'll see again it has a variable speed here, so it slowly decreases. Another nice thing with the treadmill is that it's compatible with wireless or smart heart rate monitors. I've got a Scouche Rhythm 2.0 and this syncs up nicely with that. And if you're using the iFit program, it is convenient in that it will automatically sync with your treadmill. It'll adjust the speeds, inclines to match the workout that you selected. And there's tons of different workouts. They have trainers, all sorts of different skill levels. Otherwise, if you're not looking to sign up for that subscription, everything can be done manually here from the console, the interface, as far as speed adjustment. And if you've got a tablet or other device here, there's a nice little shelf here that you can use to rest it here and have a larger display. Sometimes that's good if you're using the iFit workouts and you want a larger screen. You can just have it resting there. Otherwise, your phone can rest here nicely. So aside from the console, you've got some holders here on each side. If you want a water bottle or any other accessories, you can hold them there. You've got some pretty hefty, robust handlebars here with rubberized grips, one on the left and right sides. You've got obviously the treadmill or the conveyor belt itself here. Feels very rugged and durable. You've got some nice molding here with textures off on the side. If you need to hop off, you can have your feet on the side and maintain grip. So another nifty feature with this is you can actually adjust the firmness of the deck here as you run. More cushion can be nicer on the joints. So to adjust the firmness, this setting right here, this is a knob, is currently on the cushion setting. But if you want something a little more firm or solid, go ahead and turn this to the off position. And so now it's going to be a little more firm on the deck. So there's several of those throughout the deck where you can just kind of adjust it to your desired firmness or cushion. But overall, this feels like a very well put together machine. Everything high construction material, going to be durable. So overall, this took me about an hour and a half to get unboxed, installed. It was just myself. I think if I had another set of hands, it could have gone maybe 20 minutes quicker. Definitely would recommend having another set of hands too. I mean, it's pretty hefty and there's some parts underneath that it would be nice to have someone actually hold the base up as you're installing, but it was doable for me. You can see during your workout here, you can have the incline displayed here along with the vertical feet. So as you progress in your workout, if you've got an incline, it'll also keep tabs of your vertical feet that you've essentially risen throughout the workout. Speed down here is shown. Calories burned, indicated right there. And then your distance, your time, and there's a little lap indicator here. And that kind of mimics kind of your spot on a 400-meter track. The little blinking dot shows your progress. You can see here, we're just on lap 1, just starting out the workout. Really, the build quality of this treadmill feels solid. I'm able to run at full incline, full speed, and this thing just maintains its sturdy, steady feeling. Feels very stable throughout my runs. And really, it's great for any experience level.